So in the future of this series, I'm going to really make it a priority to constantly be checking the info addicts, because that's really why I started this series up, is just to kind of view the storylines that are going on in this world. We get to really sit back and kind of spectate the rest of the world, because we are doing our own thing and are on our own island, and I'm really excited to see this world when it starts to break out into wars and alliances, and when the ideologies get chosen, and I think that's going to be really exciting. So I want to make that a priority to kind of look onto that sort of thing a little bit more often in this series. So here's a strategy. We're just going to leech off of Korea for this entire game, and we're going to try to keep them alive, honestly, for as long as we can. That's going to sound weird, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to just send trade routes to them, and, I'm going to do something a little bit differently. Usually on higher difficulties, like Emperor, Immortal, Deity, I like to, make sure I grow my empire within my own empire, and that means sending trade routes to my cities and making sure that I'm sending food to make sure that my cities are nice and big so that they're producing a lot of science. Now, because this is such a weird game, and because I'm already kind of battling this super uphill slope, I don't know why I can't say that, uphill slope, we're going to do something a little bit different. Why not? Why not try it out? Unfortunately, I do have one trade route going and sending food, and that's okay. Akita is sending food to my capital. That's okay for now, because the capital does need to be pretty large if we're even going to stand a chance to be able to do this. But after that, we are just going to trade with Korea. Now, I know how bad of an idea that can be, because, well, Korea is going to be the science civ, and they're right next to us, and they can declare war on us at any time. I'm going to just have to hope and pray for the fact that Korea will not backstab us. I've already looked up their flavors. I know I talked about it a little bit, but Korea they're pretty relaxed. They're pretty relaxed, and I think that if we just, if we look like not a big power, maybe we should, but I was going to say if we don't look like we have a big military, maybe they won't attack us, but that's probably not true. If we have a big military, then they probably won't attack us. I don't know. We'll kind of debate on that whole strategy, but I started sending trade routes away from Korea, and I believe that might not be the best idea. A few videos ago when I decided to do this, Korea wasn't even a big powerhouse as it was, but now we're kind of nearing turn 200, and that's when the game really, really shifts. After these trade routes are over, I think I might just trade with Korea and continue to stay up on science, because we're going to lose that science little kind of. We're only ninth place in rank. That's nothing. We will lose that spot pretty fast, and currently Korea is not even number one, but I'm sure by the time those trade routes are done, they will be number one, because this is really when Korea just explodes. So really briefly, here are the demographics. We're not doing good in any of these categories except for somewhat literacy. We're doing okay, and I'm going to try to really make it a priority to continue to look at info addicts. Now, score doesn't matter at all, but you know what does? Definitely the military category. We are the last person in the world in terms of our military. I don't know if that is having a positive impact on a lot of the AIs, because it seems like a lot of the AIs want to be my friend. It seems like I'm always getting requests to be friends. And you know what? That's another part of the strategy is if I'm only sending trade routes and rather than doing internal trade routes, that would mean that I'm getting more gold, because, when you send food to another city, you're not getting any gold from that. You're just sending food. But because I'm focusing on trade within Korea, we're going to get a lot of gold, which means, and that's a good strategy, because there are so many civs in this game, and we're going to play this pretty peacefully. We're not going to really try to declare war. I think we're going to make a lot of friends. We already have a pretty good amount of friends. Where am I? Yeah, we already have a huge amount of friends, and I wouldn't be surprised if that even increases to even more. And having a lot of gold means we would get a lot of research agreements up. That's where I think I'm going to go with this. Sending trade routes to Korea, and with that money, going and getting research agreements with other civs, because I'm going to have so many friends in this world. I think this could keep us up. In terms of the World Congress is kind of way more down the line, but I may just go ahead and enact scholars in residence. That might be a stupid idea. I could see how that could be a dumb idea, but we might try it. But we can decide on that a little bit later. Anyways, in terms of what I was trying to go for and just showing everyone the info addicts, because that's what's key about this whole series is that we're playing in like a worldly setting, and looking at all these and looking where everyone places on this map is really exciting, I think, and really fun to see. Now, who is that blue at top? Oh, it is Korea. So Korea is technically, even though they're number one in the demographics, I love the info addicts because it actually shows us the very clear rankings. And currently, they just passed up Egypt. So yeah, they're pretty far up there, while we are in the middle. Well, we've jumped up a bit. we have jumped up a bit. So yeah, again, I think this is why my strategy is going to work so well. Everything else doesn't really matter. I guess GNP could work. Where are we at? We're right in the middle of the pack here. And in the second page, let's see here. Population. What's the biggest population? Egypt. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. They've got a lot of good wonders over there, and they're just in a really good setting. Who's the most expansive? Is that Russia? It is. Yeah, Russia is the most expansive. Wow, by far. They have a lot of cities. Wow, that's a little bit scary. And there's really nothing here. I do want to see. Yeah, so Egypt is doing good, and so is who is this? Persia. Who is that red line? Mongolia. That's surprising. Mongolia and Egypt have the most amount of wonders in this world. Okay, so we're going to check on those info addicts. I'm going to try to do that at least once an episode, maybe once every other episode, because I know that now that we're getting into this part of the game where it's after 150, turn 150, things are getting crazy in terms of diplomacy and all this other stuff. I mean, there's just so much worldly interaction that is going on, and I really think that pretty soon we're going to see this world start to explode. We're going to see world wars. We're going to see a solid alliance form. Obviously, when the ideologies hit, lots of crazy-ass shit is going to go down. So yeah, and now Carthage wants to form. We have a little alliance between ourselves and the Zulu. Okay, good. And I really want to try my best to get the satellite technology. That way we're able to see the rest of the world. I'm not sure if if we go for a science victory, we're going to have to. Let's fix this tile here. Now we need to settle this settler. We need to find a city, and I think I've already figured out in my mind we can't go to Indonesia. There isn't shit in here. We really cannot waste that happiness going into one of these islands because there's nothing good for us there. And I could go for this marble, but then we kind of have to, we wouldn't have to worry about Siam too much because there's no way Siam would be able to orchestrate a good naval sort of sea/land invasion because this is just so little piece of land. Anyways, yeah, I've already confirmed that I'm going to go and settle down here in Australia. I really think this is one of the best spots because we have access to possibly 2 wine, gold, and cotton. And it will give us a river. There's not going to be much growth there, but I'm really settling this city just for happiness resources. Now, for the spearmen, I'm going to go ahead and try to grab a ruin really quick. Oh, there's another ruin right there for us. Okay. Yeah, we'll try to grab those ruins before. I know the AIs are starting to just rush towards Australia, especially because Korea already got there. So I can tell you right now that the AIs are probably rushing towards Australia, which is kind of freaking annoying, but whatevers. Okay, so we're still quite a ways away. We probably won't settle that city until about maybe another 10 turns. So we have a while to go. We need to make sure that our happiness stays up and high because depending on where I put that city, our worker is still going to need a few turns to improve that tile. All right, so what's a good thing to build? I think definitely an aqueduct would be good. You're going to grow in 2 turns. A lighthouse might be good, but I don't think we're really working many tiles out here in the sea. Only this fish tile. I'm sure we'll begin to expand our citizens more and more in towards the sea. And let's make sure that we're not working any stupid specialists right now. No stupid specialists. Okay, great. So yeah, I think an aqueduct is best, especially when we're about to grow. That'll be good for now. It's only going to take 3 turns anyways. All right, and Egypt and India have signed a research agreement. This is what I'm saying. I want to make a lot of gold. I want to send my trade routes out to other AIs. I want to get in on those research agreements. We're going to be really, really friendly. We might not go to war at all. Actually, I seriously doubt that, but we won't. I don't think. No, never mind. I was going to say, I don't think we're going to declare war on anybody in this whole series, but that is totally not true because the whole plan is to leech off of Korea for as long as we can until, like, it's just me and Korea at that 1 and 2 spot. Just me and Korea, 1 and 2. Everyone else is way down below. At that point, we'll have to go for the epic battle. Of course, here's another friendship, another alliance that we're going to get up. At that point, it's just when it's just me and Korea, we go all out. We try to take them out of the game, and then we kind of breeze our way to a victory. Now, that's like, I'm very skeptical if that plan is going to work. That's what we're going to try. That's my current strategy. I think it's possible, but we will see. But for right now, we just need to suck that Korean dick. I love it. That's you guys know how much I love doing that. So, oh yes, 100 gold. All right. So we'll be able to get up a research agreement right now. And before any of the AIs come to me, I should probably choose. Well, first, I mean, we've just got so many friends right now. I need to choose which is the right one to research with. I'm guessing maybe the Zulu, possibly the Zulu. Maybe Egypt's already pretty high up there, so I don't really want to give them another research agreement. Maybe Ethiopia. Although I shouldn't really, these African nations are really strong. Let's see if Ethiopia even has, no, you don't even have the gold to do that. Damn you, Ethiopia. I wanted to give you some research, but nah. I mean, I'll really take, you know, at some point I'll take whoever I can get. I guess I can go with India. I don't want to go anywhere like Siam or somewhere close by just because, you know, I don't want to give them, damn. I guess we're just going to have to choose whoever has the money. We might just have to let the AIs choose for us. I guess Russia possibly. Russia might be a good choice, especially because I think they have a lot of cities in general. Oh yes, perfect. Catherine's actually probably the best choice. She has a lot of cities. She has a lot of gold. She's pretty far away from us, so I don't think she's going to be doing very good in science anyways. All right, so I would like the workshop obviously so I can produce things a little bit quicker, but if I can get out the university as fast as possible, I should do that, especially because there are 2 jungle resources. Well, one we have access to, the other one we don't, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. Actually, there's another one. There's 3. I kind of want to rush university, even though it'd probably be smarter to get a workshop up. Let's go ahead and go for the university and rush the science right now. Even though the workshop can wait, I'd rather get up the science immediately so I can stay up and get up way up there. I want to get to 2nd place as fast as I can. I know that's going to be hard, but we can do it. We can do it. Okay, let's get rid of this fog of war, and I'm going to just kind of continue to send this scout out and figuring out where we have to go. I know I have a boat somewhere around here exploring. When I find him, I'm probably just going to delete him. He's probably only, yeah, he's probably only chipping away at what I've got right now, so I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to delete him. I'm not making much gold per turn anyways, and he really isn't doing anything for us. We've already pretty much discovered all the territory that we can at the moment. Okay, good. So I guess Egypt and Ethiopia have already been friends, and now we've joined in on that alliance. Very good. Now we have astronomy in 6 turns. I'm going to want to get a caravel someplace, you know, very fast so we can find out what's going on in the North America region. Now, as I said before, unfortunately, I can't get the gold back up. I think I had a gold deal with the Ottomans before where I was asking them for gold, but you don't make shit right now, so I guess I won't do that. I talked about this earlier. This map generates random luxuries. I think that every time you kind of load up the map, it's never the same. So I don't know what is going on in North America. I don't know how great of a spot there is. That's why I want to get up a caravel as fast as possible so we can kind of scout out the area. I mean, not North America only. I mean, it could really be anywhere. I mean, maybe the Hawaiian Islands have an amazing spot. Who knows? But maybe South America. I don't know. We'll see. It's just I want to get up a caravel so I can scout out the area, figure out where is the most luxuries are kind of centrally located because we're pretty much safe. When we get to the Americans, I don't think much people are going to colonize over there. Maybe Korea, world's most wonderful people. Yeah, we already saw that Egypt is doing amazing, and as they should. It's just surprising to see that Mongolia is doing so amazing as well. That's really, really strange. Darius is good. Korea is good too. Yeah, so we'll delete them. See, here's the thing that I kind of didn't really plan on in this map. I think that we're going to see a lot of the AIs like super forward expand out of their region. That's why this map is going to be insane because we've already seen Korea by like before turn 175 already go and settle Australia. That's weird, and I guarantee you we're going to see some weird borders, which is kind of not what I wanted, but that's okay. That is okay. Okay, let's go down here, I guess, figure out what's going on in northern India. And we will go and get this other ruin. I know there's a ruin right here, but we'll be able to get that next turn. All right, here's the worker. But yeah, I feel like this is probably the best spot. We have access to 3 luxuries, which is going to really keep up our happiness for a very long time. And, you know, right now, I know it's not a smart decision. I think I could see this backfiring, but I'm just going to accept every single friendship I can get up with the world right now. Now, when the world breaks out into world war, and, you know, hear me out here, the world will break out into a world war, and I'm sure it won't be that far away. Okay, so Mongolia doesn't like that we became friends with China. That kind of sucks. That's something that I wasn't expecting, but I would have rather been cooler with Mongolia than China, but that's okay. But yeah, I want to get up all the declarations of friendships I can because we're just going to get up research agreements with everyone. Now, right now, we're not producing much gold, and I hope that we will. See, here we got a cargo ship back, so what I might as well do with this guy is send him off to... See, we get 3 science back from going to Korea. We're going to go ahead and do this, but first, I'm going to switch cities to Nagasaki. Nagasaki's probably going to be able to go to a bigger, since we already have so many trade routes from the capital to Korea and their capital. We should probably switch the cities. We'll probably get more gold out of it. Maybe same amount of science, but more gold. Okay, so now Indonesia's kind of scouting out the area. Crudely drawn map, that sucks. Now Indonesia's scouting out the area. I'm sure they're going to try to pick up some spots in Australia because this seems like the place to go. I think a lighthouse would be good. It would improve that fish tile a little bit. Actually, a lot. It would improve that fish tile by a lot. It's only going to take 3 turns anyways. Let's go ahead and build it. And I also have a great profit coming very soon. We'll be able to convert this entire region to Shintoism. The capital of Korea as well as Beijing from China, we'll be able to completely convert these guys because the great prophet is going to be able to spread our religion 4 times. That means a lot of extra happiness with us. And we actually lost quite a bit. What happened here? Aha. We lost a lot because of this deal. I'm going to go ahead and refuse this. I'm giving a lot of gold to Arabia, and, you know, back when I requested this deal initially, I really, really needed it to happen, but I don't really need it anymore. I'm going to refuse it, and yeah, I know that I'm, seeing low happiness, but that's fine, because if we need to, it's a possibility. I don't usually do this, but if we need to, I could just settle right on top of this gold resource, and boom, get it immediately. That way we don't have to worry at all about being unhappy for a few turns. But I don't know. I haven't come to a decision about that just yet. Might be a bad idea. Might be a good idea. Now, there is a natural wonder here, which would provide us some extra faith and 2 food, but that's not worth it to me because there's no food anywhere else. I mean, yeah, we have the oasis, but that's only 3 food. That's nothing. Okay, good. We get to steal technology. This is actually a really, really good deal. So I think what I might do is I might steal chivalry. That way we can get some defensive packs up. And then that would eventually lead us to banking, which ultimately will grant us an additional trade route as well as banks and maybe the Forbidden Palace. I don't know if we'll be able to build that, but let's go ahead and go with this one first since we're already researching astronomy, right? Yeah, I want to make sure that I'm not wasting any turns here. Yeah, so there we go. We'll be able to get some defensive packs up, and that's a pretty good technology to get. That's a pretty important technology to get. All right, so we've gotten a lot of the ruins around in this region. Now, there are a few more areas that we could decide to settle in. This might not be a bad spot either, though. There's a lot more food over here, certainly. Silver and cotton, but we're losing one source of luxury. Because this spot will give us 3, and that's really what I'm looking for right now, is because we don't have any luxuries, and we have to make up for the fact that, Japan has no luxuries in our island. We really got to make up for the fact, and that's why I'm just going to seriously settle the city, and it's just going to be for happiness. And I might, throw up some walls around there. I mean, it won't be anything else but for just happiness. But if I go here in towards Western Australia, I may be able to provide myself with a coastal city, which will ultimately give me a harbor that I could connect to my capital. Might not be a bad idea either. And it would give me a river, but I have a river in that other spot. To be honest, I'm really, really just kind of turning towards, let's get a market up, I think, because you don't have anything else to build. You built the workshop, which means you'll be able to produce things a little bit faster. A harbor would be good too, but let's go ahead and get the market. I know I never build a market, and you guys always give me a hard time for not building the market, but I always just figure out other ways. I know that I can build a market and increase my economy, but I figure out other ways to increase my economy without. I don't like producing buildings that I don't absolutely need, and a lot of the time I don't feel like I absolutely need the market at all times. I know I need universities, I know I need science buildings, I know I need workshops, but the market's kind of one of those buildings that, like, I don't know, I group them up with, like, the cultural buildings and the faith buildings, like, that they're super situational. But I don't know, that's just me. So let's go ahead and continue to trade. So yeah, look, we're going to get 3 science and 8 gold back. That's perfect, and we're not giving them much gold back either. So I like this deal. And now we're making a lot more money, which means we should get up a research agreement, hopefully sometime soon. And looks like we're probably going to want to switch this spy out because we already stole from Carthage. Who's number 1 right now? Technically, it is Egypt, but I don't think I should even look at the demographics because they're not as true as the info addicts. The info addicts are giving us just real-ass info, and I love that. I love real-ass info. So yeah, technically speaking, Korea is number 1. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now I know that could, kind of put our relations kind of in a rocky place, but I've got to start somewhere. And I don't mind taking the risk and doing this very, very early on. I don't mind that. It's not too terrible. I don't know. We'll see. Stop spying on me. Okay, good. Don't freaking spy on me, you bastard. Currently marching towards France. Wait a second. Did I click the wrong thing? I don't know if that was what that was telling me. Well, whatever. Anyways, guys, it doesn't matter. I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, we continue to kind of, we're doing okay. We're surprisingly doing okay. So let's settle our 5th city in Australia and see where we go from there. Anyways, guys, I love you, and I will see you guys next time.